All right. Welcome to Sideboardmtg. It's Sunday, Subscriber Sunday. So, we're going to be playing the decks posted on the Reddit. Hope you guys like tonight's show. As always, if you do, give it that thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, let's jump into some of these sweet decks we've got here. The first one's going to be a card that I really wanted to play with, never really got around to it. Thrans Temporal Gateway. Now this is a Naya version using dinos. If it'll load here, we'll get to look at it. Anyway, so we've got a lot of big dinos. We've got Galta, Zakama, Gishath, Zatalpa. I'm sure I butchered all of those. Atatli. Come on, I mean we've got some monsters here. But we're planning on getting those onto the battlefield for 4 mana. And if we can do that, that's gonna be pretty good. Pretty good. Anyway, that's the game plan. Now, we're going to be able to do this quickly. We can do this by turn 4 if we get a Druid of the Cowl down, play our Thrawn Temporal Gateway on 3, and then on turn 4, activate the Gateway, slamming some of our big dudes, and just going to work. I always said if this card had haste on it, it would have been so good. Oh, we would have played the heck out of this if it had haste on it. But, you know, we can do this at instant speed, so we can put it down at the beginning of their end step. Bam, now we've got an Atatli. We're going to untap with an Atatli. Or put it down in combat. Jeez. Backbreaking. Oh man, so yeah, if this works, this is going to be awesome. I don't think I have to go into much more detail on the deck. We've got some Knights of Autumn just for, you know, good, versatility. We've got Lava Coil because it's probably one of the better removal spells in the game. Churning through the deck with some treasure maps, and that's pretty much it. J-Light Rangers to help us, churn through the deck. And, geez, just monstrosity here. I can't wait to see if this works. Now, we've got Deafening Clarion because, did you guys watch the Pro Tour? I mean, come on. You guys watched the Pro Tour, right? Like, I come in, I expected everyone in chat to be just all about, like, some white weenie going on. And, wow, like, just the entire top 4, Boros, aggro. Oh, man. Anyway, Deafening Clarion, yeah, some of those decks can outgrow Deafening Clarion pretty quick. But, you can, single target with some Conclave Tribunals, which makes this deck actually really well poised in the main deck, because their main removal in those white decks is enchantment based. So in most of them, some of them have Lava Coil, some of them have Baffling Ends and things of that nature. And enchantment based removal, we've got Knights of Autumn, so not bad. Shalai, Voice of Plenty to protect our dinosaurs. Imagine giving all of our creatures hexproof at instant speed. Come on, that sounds good. Lyra Dawnbringer, along with Urza's Ruinous Blast, because we are playing a bunch of historic permanents, so we can do those things. Now, if they're Planeswalker based, Immortal Sun might be worth it. Jeez, just some monstrosities. I hope this deck works. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be great. You forgot to watch the Pro Tour? Is that sacrilege? No. Don't reckon. What's the chances we run into white weenie decks? Huh? This deck does look really sweet. Really sweet. You said you didn't watch the PT, but read the Goldfish articles. Was surprised no one ran even a single Stompy list. No Golgari, nor Mono Green. Yeah, that just tells you that the powers that be, and that's the people who play this professionally, do not see those as great decks. I think I'm going to play a turn 1 Evolving Wilds. I'm going to keep this in for sure. And we can turn 2 Druid, turn 3 Jade Light. We can even go get like a mountain if we want. Naya Dinos with Thrans Temporal Gateway. Yeah, we'll go get the mountain. I'm glad I got the mountain. Maybe we're glad we got them. I don't know. You think Golgari is best, and everybody tried to play against it. Well, alright, I'm going to say it like this. I agree with Reed Duke. Reed Duke said that he does not believe that this deck is the be-all, end-all. You know, oh my goodness, this is what Standard has turned into. It is just another evolution in Standard, and it came at the right time. It came when no one was sideboarding for aggressive decks. People had answers to red deck, but not necessarily aggressive decks. Do we want this flower? Do I want that? I don't think so. I want that because, yeah, get in for one here. Might as well. Nah, we just want the gateway. Well, the Jade Light will effectively let me see one card deeper. And if it's land, we'll actually net a card. So I think leaving Jade Lights on top when I know I have next land draw, my next land drop. I think that's all right. You have a Tali in your unsealing deck. Some fun interactions with it. I bet. I used to run it as a 2-of, as an option when I was trying to build the Sunbird's Invocation deck after we lost the Red Gearhulk. So I was trying to play around with that, and I was running it in that little deck I was testing, which I should probably play around with a little bit more. Now that the Pro Tour is here, everything's going to just go into this paper, rock, scissors flux. You just have to call your meta, and we're going to have a lot more time to play some fun decks. Oh, and in regard to the... Okay, yeah, I understand. Alright, so maybe I shouldn't have played that. I don't want to tap my red. I kind of want to kill that Llanowar Elf. Keep him off Carnage Tyrant one turn. It's Brontodon, but... Alright. There it is. We leave that on top. He's got a Brontodon, though. Alright? So, I just want to point that out. We got a Lava Coil, though. So, next turn I can kill the Brontodon with Lava Coil, or I can swing for 8 and see if he blocks. Or we kill the Brontodon and then swing for 8. What do you guys think? Bolt the bird, prevent Carnage Tyrant next turn. That was my thinking. Ooh, Territorial Allosaur. Oh, man. So if we play this, Brontodon comes down, sacks itself. we swing into Allosaur, we can Lava Coil Allosaur. What happens if we just wait? Had a bug on a tally with kick spells. Choosing to kick spells prevented you from casting the second spell. It was odd. Oh no! 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 Anything but that. Oh man. Brutal. Brutal. Yep, well, ouch. Yeah, ouch. That was, alright. Okay, so things may not be that horrible for us here. Alright, we kill Brontodon. Next turn, we play the Gateway. We take 5. So we take 5 this turn, we play Gateway, we take 5 more, we go to 5. This is assuming we can deal with whatever else he plays. Oh. Alright, alright. Okay, we just need to untap with this. Okay, okay. We're not dead. We're not dead. Zatalpa will go a long way. Thunderherd Migration. Revealing Brontodon. Okay. There's Brontodon. Swings. We pass. So if he sacks Brontodon, we flash in Zatalpa. Another Brontodon. Activate. Zatalpa. Block the 5/5. Take 3. Could we do it? So we're done with that. We're done with that. It's done its thing. Good job. It also killed a creature. It also killed a creature. Okay. Holy cow. Alright, so we've got enough mana to do a lot of things here. So undo. I think I'm just going to keep Flower Flourish right now. Still going to get rid of the Oh man, I should have done that first so he couldn't activate it. Oh, what a punt. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should have killed it, then played it. Oh man. Knight of Autumn? Sure, just in case they have enchantment-based removal for Zatalpa. Oh man, I can't believe I did that. That would have been some good scrying and drawing. May not last that long though. Yeah. Gateway still got our Zatalpa down. Gishaft. Wow. What a weenie. Gishaft. Meet Zatalpa. Bye. Bye, Gishaft. What a weenie dinosaur. Gishaft. No point in doing anything right now. Oh my goodness. When you look at Gishaft and go, what? You've done something. Oh my goodness. Zatalpa. Wow. Wow. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. I thought we only had 5 mana. Did we have 6? Flourish is 6. So I thought we only had 5. My bad. Did we? If we had 6, then yeah, we could have flourished. My bad. All right. So what do we bring in here? I like everything we have. Immortal Sun seems like it's more of attacks on his Brontodons. Conclave Tribunal seems like it might be good. Has a little bit of removal against something like... I mean, he's got some big boys. We need to worry about that. Urza's Ruinous Blast is not going to help against a Gishaft. So we definitely need to have some 6 power or something that can kill Carnage Tyrant. So maybe we take out Treasure Map in this matchup? That doesn't seem right though, does it? Take out threats? Maybe trim back on some threats? Trim back on Galta? Yeah. And then... I don't know, maybe just trim back on a couple treasure maps. Yeah, I think just maybe a couple Galtas, couple might be worth it to do to bring Lyra in. We go to game 3, I'd probably bring Lyra and Shalai in. Just play it slow. Well, this would break my heart if I got a non-green source. I think I keep because we're on the draw, though. I think we keep this. We have the potential to be very aggressive. Yeah, maybe I should have taken out a Gateway and tried to go into a later game. But I think he's pretty dedicated to the ramp plan. Oh man, this is gonna break my heart because I'm gonna get a white source here. Worst case scenario, we're playing Knights of Autumn. Commune with dinosaurs. I really want to draw a land. I do not have a 2-drop. Okay? I'm not going to thin my deck of lands yet. I do not have a play for turn 2 anyway. There we go. There we go. That makes me feel much better right there. So I purposefully did not crack the Evolving Wilds because I didn't want to thin the deck of lands. So yes, it paid off. Now I can get a forest without fear. Ooh, look, even got the red source. I'm loving it. I think we have enough Night of Autumns. Oh wow, more Night of Autumns. You went 2 and 2 with mono blue tempo on Friday. Maybe running 22 lands instead of 21 hurt you, but your losses include White Weenie and Boros Angels. I understand your losses because like the aggressive decks are really hard for that deck. It's hard to stop a deck that's going to go two spells on turn 2. Let's go ahead and get in. Play Jade Light. I like Treasure Map. Like, I know I said that, I was going to take a couple out, but right here, I think I like Treasure Map. We play a 3-drop, land, Treasure Map, Sarkhan's Unsealing. Well, poor Naya Unsealing deck. Trust me, buddy, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Why are we gonna take out the Unsealing? Because he's gonna do like crazy stuff. Sacred Foundry. I'm gonna pay for it. All right. Now we start the grind. He's only got 4 lands. 4 lands. Oh, that's right. Spells cost 1 less. Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm very content with just taking my time, activating my treasure maps at end of turn. Gateway? I could hard cast something good here. I'm just looking for a threat. Like, that's... That's a threat. So is that. Okay. I can't play Zakama because I spent all my mana on treasure maps, but next turn we can. This deck is sweet. This deck is super sweet. You get to slam some big dudes in more ways than one. Oh. Boom, Manador. Threat. Sure, I'll draw a land. I'm gonna scry one more time. I want to know what's on top of my deck. Ooh, settle the wreckage. Sweet. Alright, so we're gonna get a land. We will scry Temple Garden to the bottom. A Tali trigger. Zakama. We're gonna cast, not Zakama, but Gishath. We're gonna cast Gishath. Do we even need to do anything else? I mean, we could play Zakama. Do we play Zakama? Or do we just pass? Like, this is enough of a threat. We don't have to... I'm just not. I'm just not. Make him quit. Make him quit. Yeah, but what if he has, like, a board wipe? Regisaur Alpha. Again with your puny dinosaurs. Come at me, bro. Oh, it's actually Jenny from the block. Sorry, hon. Okay, do we want to draw some cards? Let's just draw unnaturally. Immortal Sun, that doesn't sound good. So I could Conclave Tribunal this for like 3. Alright, no blocks. He just takes it. Doesn't even want us to get the satisfaction. 1, 2. That's 2. 3, 4. We would have got over for 5 damage. We wouldn't have gotten a dino anyway. Man. Okay. Thrans Temporal Gateway. What'd you guys think? Pretty cool deck? That was pretty sweet. We definitely got a good showing of it in some sort of a weird mirror match, but we showed him by always having the better dinosaur. Hey, he with the biggest dinosaur normally wins. Am I playing mono white tomorrow? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've also got to get Pro Tour meta coverage out. We're gonna talk about those top 8 decks, and I'm gonna talk about a couple other decks as well that did really well in the standard portion, but didn't actually get in the top 8. But I've got to get all of that. So, what time tomorrow? Probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock Central. So, just watch Dev's Jun Dinos. I have not seen it yet. I'm just not happy with Jun right now. Although this would be a good way to play some big dudes. Awesome deck. That one was absolutely terrific. What do we got here? What do we got? What's next? Which one to put up as next? The discard deck. Yeah. By Polaris. Polaris got one up like last week, I think. You guys seem to like Polaris's decks. Raiders Wake. I know someone's going to be pretty happy about this one. Rush just got married, everyone. I don't know if he's in chat. He's probably not in chat. I didn't look. But Rush just got married. So next time we see him in chat, we'll have to congratulate him there. If he gets in this chat while he's on his honeymoon, that poor man. Anyway, Pilfering Imp. A lot of people like this little imp. Muzzle time, right? Uploader Polaris has started in the Reddit thread. He was uploading this list, but never did. As stated in the Reddit thread, he was uploading. Okay. Well, apparently he did. That's where I found it. Anyway, or he was updating this list. Okay. Well, we're playing it as is then. Demir has plenty of threats at 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and are kind of weak though. Yeah, but you know, I love playing this card. This card is so good. Anyway, the whole plan here is to make your opponent discard their cards, and when you have cards like Fel Spectre, they're going to lose life. You're going to get incremental damage in with Thief of Sanity, Pilfering Imp, cards like that, while killing the creatures on the battlefield with your Ravenous Chupacabras. You know, setting up unconventional or just really bad blocks with your you know, Death Touch creatures, and you know, during combat being able to bring back a Ravenous Chupacabra. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anyway, Eldest Reborn, good value card here, getting back your Fel Spectres, your Chupacabras. Whenever an opponent discards a card, that player loses life from Raiders Wake, which pairs with Fel Spectre, which does the same thing. And at the beginning of your end step, if you attacked with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. So, yeah, bunch of discard. In the sideboard, we've got Moment of Craving, which is pretty sweet card. This card's actually really good right now. There's a lot of Adanto's Vanguards being played, and this card just straight up takes care of Adanto's Vanguard. I think all the mono white list, out of everything that they had different and everything else, I think that we're all playing Adanto. So cards for real, man. I mean, if you're on the aggressive, it really only wants to be doing one thing. We've got 4 of Moment of Craving, the Diamond Mare's Plague Mare, which will also deal with Adanto, and Dream Eater. Plague Mare may actually be wonderful in the matchup if we do run into the mono white deck. I actually kind of wish we would run into the matchup with the mono white deck. This seems like it might be pretty good. Let's go play it. Hosted a casual tournament at the new local gaming store today, but did more teaching new players than anything else. Well, then you did a lot of good, sir. Just when people start to understand the rules and stuff like that, that's when they get hooked. It's actually a good game, and yeah. The game itself will do everything else. Just teach them how to play it. Yeah, the Mare will be great in the mono white matchup. Doesn't get double Banish Marshal, right? Ugh. Ravnica Weekends? No, I did not. I did not, Poopy. Unfortunately, I don't get to play much Paper Magic anymore. Be closer to Dallas here pretty soon, in the next year or two, and at that point I'll be able to kind of hit all the magic shops up in Dallas area. That should be a lot of fun till I find where I wanna play Magic. Finding an LGS when you move to a new city, that's a thing. Enhanced surveillance is debatable. Deeper digging for sure, but competes with search for Escanta for screen time. Yeah, okay. If Alright, so apparently the gentleman we're playing against is a fan, so we're gonna have a fun game here. Apparently he is playing Jank. Well, good. Oh, Pilfering Imp! Sir, I played Smallpox. I will go down this road with you. We will lose it all together. Got a prettier land than I do. Darn. Smallpox. Yes, your Smallpox deck. Oh, what a mean deck that was. Oh. What shall you take? Very well. I just want to draw some more cards. Alright, so what? Does he have something he wants to put down? I want another creature. What if I just leave both of those on top? I'm going to put Eldest Reborn on top and put Ravenous Chupacabra on top because I'm more willing to lose Ravenous Chupacabra, and I think Eldest Reborn's safe on top of my library. So, yeah. First Blood. I don't know, he kind of struck First Blood getting our discard. So, I cast Thought Eraser for free, but all I got was a Pilfering Imp and 3 mana. Tapped because we cannot play anything. Then for free I activated my Pilfering Imp, dealt 1 point of damage and took his cast down. I love it. The value of these creatures, it's just it's outrageous. Do you have counter? You don't have counter. Yes, it was a very, very mean deck. And it had creatures like Droth's Messenger, and sometimes he would turn like 4 Smallpox you twice. Yeah. If your deck like choked, oh, it was mean. It was so mean. You just didn't get to play Magic. Ooh, Mausoleum Secrets. He gets to search his library, and he got to search for a 1-drop. Ooh, come on, give me a land. Need to get this Eldest Reborn out. Ooh, just made it. Wow. Just barely got there. Barely. Okay. Okay. Well... This can't be a creature, right? There's no way. Opponent. Well, it's safe to say the opponent, even though he's a fan of the stream, is not sniping. Yep. Surveil. Maybe he is sniping. He just needed to surveil. Look, I don't care. I'm paying 6 mana. I'm going to surveil like 3 times. I'm doing this. So, what is our win con here? Doom Whisperer? He discarded a card this turn. Oh yeah, that already triggered. Alright. We need to attack. So, play another Raider's Wake. Swing? Now, he won't have 2 cards to discard though, right? No way. He empties his hand. Another Doom Whisperer. Well, that's not cool. Oh, okay. I get it. Alright, so we get a Doom Whisperer back. for free. And then, oh, we drew a Ravenous Chupacabra. I don't like that, though. I want to do it this way. This way feels better. We swing with Ravenous Chupacabra. Before blocks. This just feels better. Because we're going to make him discard another card. The shame. So now he has to discard a card. He's tapped out. End of turn, he has to discard another card. Get rid of Kitesail Freebooter. And now, bye-bye Doom Whisperer. It's over. Okay. Oh boy, a discard deck. Right? Yeah. Soul crushing. Your compliments to the builder. This deck is soul crushing. I love it. Yeah, it's pretty mean. Twilight Prophet. Alright. Well, it's a bit unfortunate. I didn't even have to play this. I could just swung with the Doom Whisper, but he said that was nasty. All right. He doesn't have a card to discard, so no triggers from the Raiders Wake. Is your Teamer meal deck? Oh my goodness. All right, sideboard. What do we got? Invite him to the stream. The more the merrier. Apparently he's a fan. All right, so Dream Eater seems good. I like Dream Eater here. I'm going to take out a single Raiders Wake. Duress seems good. Maybe what do we take out? Maybe an Eldest Reborn? A couple Pilfering Imps, maybe? Do I want to get rid of all the Pilfering Imps and just bring in a couple Negates? I think I do. I think I do. Alright. I'm going to submit. It's slow. It's very slow. I'm gonna keep. Maybe I should have shaved a land on the draw. I think I'm going to start doing that more often. Shaving a land on the draw. You going to play a land there, buddy? Alright. I guess just Watery Grave tap. Pass the turn. No Pilfering Imp from the opponent. Lands don't grow hair. Yeah, at least you can play lands. Kite Sail Freebooter. He gets to take our Negate. Get some information on our hand. Oh, that'd shave land. Oh, there's the imp. And a burglar rat. Oh no. Bye-bye, swamp. So we lose something here. Nothing we can really do. If he takes the Chupacabra, then... Pilfering Imp. He'll take something. I'd say Dream Eater, maybe Fell Spectre. Fell Spectre would probably be pretty good to take. Tuck the Chupacabra, so we can't get back the negate. Getting in. Alright, well, I'm gonna play my Fell Spectre, and we're just gonna start from there. Torment of Scarabs. Love that card. That card was great. It may be a late game, but it would catch up with them. Oh, just the value over time was just wonderful. Burglar Rat. Well, okay. He doesn't know about the island. He knows we got Dream Eater, but he doesn't know what the island is. Can he give this thing Death Touch? It doesn't have Death Touch, does it? Maybe he wants it back? Every point matters. You do want to say this is the healthiest standard meta you've seen in a while. Great diversity among decks at the Pro Tour. Yes, yes. Even though you may be being facetious, but I actually think that Golgari was only 22%, and everyone knew Golgari was one of the better decks. You know, so yeah, I was pretty happy with how the Pro Tour went. I was rooting for LSV there at the end. I really was. Yeah, I just thought it was a little bit funny as soon as it was over. That's settled though. There's no way he swings into this. He knows we have it. Opponent. I'm gonna go graveyard. Dear goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then next turn. Graveyard, top. Okay. You can have the negate. Just doesn't matter now. I mean, if he hasn't killed this stuff yet, then... And then next turn we play Fell Spectre again, hit him for 6, swing with both. Or, and like he blocks. Oh man. By Dream Eater. Dream Eater's not part of the plan. I mean, it was going to help, though. It was going to help a lot. Fell Spectre coming through. So he blocks 1. Next turn he can only block 1. Actually, next turn we can Dream Eater. Yeah, okay. When PT doesn't really show the meta either, just kind of directs it. I agree. I think the PT shows what all of the people who are really, really, really good at Magic, what they believe are safe plays, safe things to play. So I 100% like oh man, this is I'd feel really bad if he's got a land in hand. Have a land. He can't have a land. He's been missing land drops. Price of Fame. Graveyard. Trigger Fell Spectre. Yay! Thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much. I know he's going to come back and watch the replay of this. All right. Yeah, I mean we could have removed, we could have bounced, swung, but yeah. Just take the risk, go for it. It was pretty sweet deck. Throw lands away as... That was cruel. I'm sorry. We didn't even need these lands. Just get them out of here. Settled as it calmed down. There's going to be less shifting in the meta. So the main thing that I think happened was, like, you noticed if you were watching the weekend, the decks were just not like ready for aggressive decks. Like even the Is It decks took a fire cannonade out of the sideboard of most of them. There wasn't hardly any Ritual of Soot. You know, cards like that, there just wasn't a lot. Even, you know, LSV's deck only had one Settle the Wreckage, and the entire rest of his team didn't even run Settle the Wreckage. And I think, like, that alone says a lot. So I think that right now we're going to have, like, a huge influx of people running cards that are going to just trash the aggressive decks. So I don't know. It's hard to just trash the aggressive decks, but it can be done. But we're about to play a semi-aggressive deck. Let's check this out. This is a Grixis Pirates build. Grixis Pirates by... Come on, I've got it. I've got it. Oh no, I didn't pull it up. Who had the Grixis Pirates? No. I can't find the Grixis Pirates list. Oh, Sir Elks. Sir E.K. Ilks. Sir Elks. Anyway, Sir Elks is Pirates. Let's check this out. Let me get back over here to chat where I can see you guys. Makes it more diverse and healthy. Yeah, I think that the meta is great when we're doing the paper, rock, scissors thing. When all of a sudden decks come up, they start running a bunch of sweepers, and then you have a bunch of you know, mid-range decks that come in, and they're like, we don't care about some of your smaller sweepers, or I can apply enough, you know, like, threats that I can swing into your settles and things of that nature. Or we start seeing the red decks go, that's fine, I'm going to play a bunch of creatures, let you settle the wreckage me, and then I'm going to Banefire you, or something like that. So, I mean, there's going to be ways that these decks can fight, and I think that the new mono white deck is definitely a healthy enough deck with the options it has in red and in white to be able to put up a fight for the rest of the meta. So I 100% expect that that deck is going to be sticking around. We didn't have a lot of it before. I did have it pulled up, and it was in my meta coverage. It was a Boros White Frenzy deck. And if you look at this deck, even it was just, you know, Danto Vanguard, 21 drops. It was running the Rustwing Falcon instead of the little healers card. But you know, just I'll tell you, like, honestly, I tell you now, Legion's Landing, wonderful card this weekend. Oh my goodness, this card, like, was ramping people into Aurelia. It was just doing some wonderful, like, just awesome stuff. Like the Settle the Wreckage play from LSV in the semifinals was all because of this card. Like, I mean, if you guys didn't get a chance to see that, watch that replay. That's going to be it will be remembered, put it that way. Let's see what else we got. Venerated Loxodon. This was in a lot of the decks, and this was really good. But yeah, this is the deck that I had posted in my meta coverage as being a pretty good deck this season, and looks like it won the Pro Tour, or won very close to it. So anyway, let's get back to our Pirates Menagerie. A lot of you have already seen me play some of the Gruesome Menagerie decks, so you should be familiar with this card. 5 mana, and we're going to get a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a 3-drop from our graveyard straight onto the battlefield. So, Gruesome Menagerie, pretty cool card. One of the big payoffs here for having a bunch of, you know, good little 1-drops, 2-drops, and 3-drops. Now, granted, we're going to be able to, when we get our 3-drop Forerunner of Coalition, we're going to be able to search and put a card on top of the library and go from there. Yeah, just whatever pirate we want, we go get it, put it on top of the library, so we can go get, you know, Hostage Taker or Admiral Beckett Brass and get him with our pirates and do some good stuff. Direfleet Daredevil, pretty cool card. Pretty cool card. You guys know I like this one. Direfleet Poisoner, a little bit of Ambush Viper going on. Now we won't be able to like Gruesome Menagerie, get some like trickery or anything out of it, but just getting a Death Touch creature back is great too. So, Siren Storm Tamer as a counter spell, more damage with Fanatical Firebrand, and then Experimental Frenzy to just keep churning through the deck. So yeah, Pirates with Menagerie, Gruesome Pirates Menagerie. Oh, that's a horrible, horrible pirate axe. Okay, moving on. Deadeye Tracker. I actually always kind of like this one drop. It requires a lot of mana to actually get it to rolling, but it's a pretty cool one drop. I mean, you pay 2 mana, tap this, and explore, putting a 1/1 counter on, you know, churning through your deck, just doing all the good things that we know Explore can do. We've got some Duress to pull away from the control decks, Lava Coil for just a ton of decks, even the Boros decks, because you need to be able to kill those Benelish Marshals and stuff. Like against those decks, I would probably like trade out my Shocks for some Lava Coils, and then maybe like Siren Storm Tamers or something for Fiery Cannonades, and just roll with it from there. Counter. Pirates get access to a really, really sweet counter. I mean, this is Mana Leak Plus. Mana Leak maybe, you know. Great card. If you have a pirate, it's 1 blue and 1 colorless, and you get to counter target creature or target spell unless its controller pays 4. Mana Leak's only 3, so this is pretty good. All right, let's go see if we can win everything again. Like we won last week. All three decks won, so maybe we can do the same here. Pirates Menagerie. No thanks necessary, Jake. You are a shamed control player, and Grixis is 100% your jam. I'm a big Grixis fan. I am a huge fan of Grixis. I'm also a fan of Izzet. So there was an Izzet deck that went 10-0 in the standard portion. So 100% got to play a little with that deck. It went 10-0. Yeah, okay, so the pilot didn't do so well in draft, but in standard, in the greatest room, the greatest tournament, with all of our I mean, come on, Seth Mansfield played Kayabuta, and then Seth Mansfield gets put into the Hall of Fame. Like, what a weekend for him, right? Jeez, it was a good weekend in the Pro Tours, at the Pro Tour. So, well, kablooey. Is there a Vivian Reed Emblem Infinite combo? I do not know. Alright, well, he's going to be in the air, so no point in fooling around here. We have a land for next turn, so I'm going to go get a pirate. What pirate do we want? Kitesail Freebooter? Or another Forerunner? We can just start Forerunnering into Forerunner. It's not a bad play, though. I mean, we're never going to get deeper into the deck, but it's not a horrible play. Just start pressuring the opponent's life total. Alright, I'm going to draw the Forerunner, but I'm not going to play it this turn. because I do want to get into some more land, and then we can get into the Forerunner play. Lava Coil on the Death Toucher. Oh man, Shock on the Forerunner. Swing 3. Shock at me. Swing 4. Arclight Phoenix. It's a good deck. It's a good deck, y'all. John Finkel was playing this deck. I don't know if John's version was had the Enigma Drakes in it, but pretty sweet deck. All right, I want to take a chance at drawing. I mean, we may just be dead. May just be dead. I'm just going to take a chance at drawing red swords. Yeah, this deck, it's quick. It's quick. Ben Stark draft in one of his drafts. Twitch was following him, or coverage was following him. He drafted a deck with 5 Goblin Electromancers. What the heck? Alright, well that's 11. And we'll let him hit us. This is Arena. We've got to cast our spells. Oh, we're not playing Arena? Okay, my bad. Okay, then there was no point in playing it. Arc-like Phoenix deck. Okay, well, we're not as interested in Shock. We are interested. We're not interested. We are interested. Oh, what else? What else? Maybe a couple Shocks. Maybe one Shock. Just one. Maybe a Fiery Cannon. Just one. Just one. What else do we not want? I mean, Direfleet Poisoner is like, eh. Kind of want Duress, but I mean, are you really hurting him? I have no clue what you're talking about combo with Vivian. I am interested though. Would like to hear more. I'm going to take out one Gruesome Menagerie for an extra Fiery Cannonade, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I would also love to hear about this Emblem plus Forerunner plus Polyraptor. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Anything that gives Polyraptor indestructible. So, this hand's fine. I mean, Lightning Strike's not the greatest thing in the world for us, but too late now. We're just gonna roll like this. Kitesail Freebooter will help. At least Kitesail Freebooter will direct damage. And it's a flyer. Oh man, I messed that up. Should have played the Drone Catacombs. Now I can't Kitesail Freebooter. Darn. This may work out for me though. I want to take something like Charticourse or something like that. Goblin Electromancer gone here. Call Pirate. I'm actually going to go ahead and use the trigger here and get another Forerunner. I think this deck needs some Rune Raiders for a draw. Rune Raider's a good deck, or a good card. Goblin Electromancer. Alright, well we can kill that. That's not a problem. So we are going to kill that. I'm going to kill it before I play. So if he wants to go ahead and burn the... Okay, alright, so... Let's Kite Sail Freebooter. There's a shock. Alright. We take Opt. Okay, he's got Goblin Electromancer, and we took his Opt. Alright, I think we're on a Forerunner into Forerunner package. We'd love to hit one more land, though. That would be great. Radical idea. Alright. There's the other land. Okay, so... Forerunner. Into a Forerunner. Kite Sail Freebooter to see what his other card is? I mean, because he just Radical Idea'd for a card. Chart of course, perfect. Alright. That's the kind of thing we want to take away from him here. I think our best situation is we swing with a Kite Sail Freebooter into a Drake and then flash in a Poisoner. Like that would be a dream. Dragon Lord, did you see my message at the beginning of stream? I hope so. Okay, you got to land, so... Electromancer. Oh, man. We're gonna go get another Forerunner. Swing. No blocks. I assume he has to set up a situation where he blocks at some point, and then Darkfleet Poisoner seems really good there. Scoops it up. Scoops it up. That's it. Let's go to the sideboard. I was saying that I leave my Magic Online like I'm online all the time, but I'm not always at the computer, man. I just never see your messages. I come back and I'm like, ooh, look, I got a message. So don't think that I'm ignoring you, bro. I'm just not here. What do we play? What do we change? No gruesome menagerie on the play here. Or wait, we're still on the draw. Me, like, I don't know why I said on the play. I mean, not because we're on the player draw, but just play out our hand and frenzy go. Sure. You'd have flashed in Snapcaster with nothing to snap back to apply pressure. I have done that. I have done that. That is definitely not the most prestigious use of Snapcaster Mage, but You know, I will probably do that with Darfleet here. Just to get him down. I mean, we have our value engine here. The later into the game, like we go with Experimental Frenzy, the better off. Like the more cards we're gonna see, but this deck can just like pop you for 20 out of nowhere. All right, well, Darfleet Poisoner, I reckon. You spell Swindle just a duress, but it didn't feel good. Right? Well, I think just burning that now, making use of my mana, seems efficient. It feels decent that way. Kaisel Freebooter feels okay here. He may just have a shock for it, but... Oh wow, he does have a shock. Okay. Well, if we take Tormenting Voice, he 100% shocks it. Yeah, sure. Guess I should probably play a land. Yeah, let's do that. Here's the shock. So, I kind of want him to go land Enigma Drake Pass, so we can go Lava Coil, Flash in Poisoner, Experimental Frenzy the next turn? Okay. Here we go. I mean, he draws a card, right? And there's not a ton we can do about that. So we know he's got Tormenting Voice. He used a shock. He's got Drake. Alright. He used the Drake, and then he drew some other card. Unclaimed Territory, that's fine. Call Pirate. Coil. Well, so he goes, what, Tormenting Voice here? Discard the shock, or discard the card he gets off Opt, or the mystery card he has in hand? I don't know what we're fighting about. Can't we all just get along? Alright, well, we make him use shock. Might as well use our mana. See, this is not bad either. Does he have, like, counter spells, I wonder? Alright, so we know one of the 3 cards in his hand is a... I should have played the Experimental Frenzy there. I'm worried about counter. There's a Crackling Drake, okay. Okay, there's a Crackling Drake. And he could still have counter. Or do you Tormenting Voice here? Well, we go for it. Yay! Alright. My lamp is doing the same. Okay. Chart a course, so I bet he's got a Phoenix to discard here. No, no Phoenix. Okay. Tormenting Void. Nope, another charted course. Wow, really? Just all the charted courses. Tormenting Voice. Just how much can you hit me for here? Wow, just discarding all the lands. I mean, he just discard Evolving Wilds, discard Island, play the Island. What is this, an opt? Nope, tapped land. I'm gonna block now while I have the option. Alright, so we draw Mountain. Here we go. Draw Mountain. Lava Coil on top. Kite Cell Freebooter. Forerunner. Can't play it. We take his Lava Coil. Oh my goodness. We have a decent turn next turn. Alright, so he's got... We took the Lava Coil. He's got Goblin, Electromancer, Crackling Drake. If we go Forerunner... Dang. We're going to draw the Forerunner, though. Like, if we pop Experimental Frenzy, go Forerunner, put, like, I want to find a way to draw this Crackling Drake. Or to take control of this Crackling Drake. Alright, so we play the land. Alright, well, I guess we just get rid of it. That works. That works. We have a land... I want to destroy it and like play Forerunner and then play Hostage Taker. Right, Forerunner into Hostage Taker. Because I can always like play another one. And this would be a good turn to destroy it. Right, so we got rid of the Crackling Drake. It goes Chart a Course. I think we don't have to destroy it right now because we dealt with the second Drake. So I think I can just wait and draw this land. If we stub our toe again, we won't do it. He Lava Coils to get back a Lava Coil. Alright, so Lightning Strike. Land. Lava Coil. Well, again, no real reason to do it yet. Fiery Cannonade. Is it worth it? It's worth it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, we set ourselves up to draw the Hostage, right? So, we'll just draw the Hostage Taker, and then when we get ready to destroy it, we'll have all the parts we need. We just Hostage Taker and play it. Play what we want to play. Yeah, this way we're just holding it. That works. Do some light work. I'm not sure about Frenzy in the deck right now. Well, I mean, gave us a bunch of cards so far. Already got downvoted one each. Wow. Somebody's picking at you. Drawing out the hate. So the opponent just drew some cards. Weren't we supposed to shuffle our deck? Like, we had Lookout's Dispersal. Alright, fine. You get your dude. You have anything else to do? Lookout's Dispersal's looking really bad right now. I should have cast it just to get it off the top of the library. Just to get rid of the card. And just 3 mana here. Do this. I think it's getting about time to pop our Frenzy. Oh yeah, it's Frenzy time. The experiment is over. Now we'll have control, but like counterspell backup. And now I don't care, so we're just casting it. Now it's on the stack, so we draw another land. I guess I probably should have played Steam Vent so we had an additional land untapped next turn. But Madness downvotes everything. It's Reddit. That's what people do. They upvote, they downvote. Reddit is mean. Like Twitch chat is mean or toxic. Like Twitch chat, like there's so many times where I've seen like Twitch chat just go off. Oh man, it's crazy. Well, we won. We won, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 sweep tonight with our subscriber decks. Quick recap with the Naya dinosaurs using Thrans Temporal Gateway to slam some really big fatties down. Was pretty sweet deck. Had a lot of fun with it. Had a lot of tech, you know, treasure map to make sure you know what's on top of the library before, you know, Atali, you know, combat triggers go off, things like that. Really fun deck. And the discard deck, getting Fel Spectre into Fel Spectre into Fel Spectre. That's all you need. That's all you need. And then Pirates got into a little bit of a tussle, a little fight with some Phoenixes, but all in all, a good solid sideboard plan saved the day. Had those lava coils to deal with the Phoenixes, and we did keep getting those lava coils. Experimental Frenzy giving us enough cards to just keep trudging through, fighting against the Phoenix stack. I have to say that I think it was, you know, the experiment was great. We got enough cards out of it, put enough cards in our hands so that when it came time, we were ready. And it was just, the opponent just couldn't take the fact that we had his Phoenix, and there wasn't nothing he could do about it. It was going to be bad. Anyway, that was tonight's show. Did everybody have fun? Everybody have fun. Everyone seemed to like last time when I at the end of the show we just kind of sat around and talked for 4 or 5 minutes with chat. So I thought maybe we might make that a new thing, a new way to end the show. And so chat, what do you got? Like, I know that there's some questions I missed during stream, and there's a lot of gameplay and stuff like that. So if I didn't answer your question, during stream, hit me up. This is a really good time. Happy Veterans Day. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't lead with that. Happy Veterans Day to all of you veterans out there. And thank you, Logical Order. I'm a veteran myself. Thanks for that. But all right, go check out the Mardu and Simic list and upvote them for next week. So go click that down arrow on Mardu and Simic by Madness. All right, got you. Thanks everyone. I appreciate the Happy Veterans Day wishes, Kenneth Trey. I don't know who downvoted, but awful constructive criticism. Well, we try to keep it friendly over there, but it's also really hard to argue absolutely everything. So bad, Eric, bad. No treat for you. I'm sorry. I haven't even gotten over to the Reddit, so no way have I done it yet. But yeah, thank you, Barry. I appreciate that. Madness, no treat. Nah, I want a treat. Done and done. Got those downvotes on both of yours already, Madness. You guys are starting to get mean to each other, I'm telling you. Surprised we don't see Erratic Cyclops in PTs more with all the red and white rolling around. Erratic Cyclops, what is that? I'm opening up a toxic box of offering up criticism. Oh man. I'm sorry. Erratic Cyclops. It's your aggressive aura. Did they spell Cyclops wrong? No, I think we're just waiting on it to load. Erratic Cyclops. Oh, hey, yeah, this guy. Erratic Cyclops. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, Erratic Cyclops gets X0 until end of turn, where X is that sorcery's converted mana cost. Oh yeah. Seems cool. Seems like a lot of fun. I think I seen Tyrion on like his Fan Friday like last week or something play a deck that had Erratic Cyclops in it. So, are there any sweet sleepers I'm looking at right now? Honestly, I'm just looking for more fine finales in my Golgari decks. I'm looking for more ways to just wipe the board. Doing negative. Like over the next week, I'm going to start putting more priority. Not necessarily like sleepers. Like I don't know of any sleepers. Anything that can give serious card advantage. Enchantments are really good right now. There's just not a lot of enchantment hate. If you've been wanting to play with artifacts, it's a really good time. But I'm going to start putting more priority on things that do neg1 to creatures because of Adanto Vanguard. I mean, he's an annoyance. He's a heck of a little annoyance. A lot of times you don't actually have to like just making them pay the 4 life if you're aggressive enough is pretty decent, but Adanto can be just a pain, but I really just want more ways that I can sweep the board. I just think that we're going to need to be able to wipe the board, and unfortunately, like destroy all creatures doesn't do it because pay for Adanto's still there. So, do I think we'll see more deadweight? Maybe. Deadweight may be better than ever. I'm really wanting to play Sultai right now with Plex in the meta. I'm thinking that there's a Sultai control deck, Muldrotha control, like some crazy kind of mid-range control deck or something that it feels like there's something there that would just destroy all of these decks with, you know, just a good churn of permanents from the battlefield. So I'm just waiting. I'm hoping that something comes out in the next set that just gives that fringe deck, those multi off the decks, that extra push. So I'm also looking into a couple other big decks that can keep the board like relatively clean. I think we've got a really good opportunity to play some slower decks right now, just because of the amount of white weenie that's going to be in the meta right now. If we can actually just run more main board, you know, board sweepers and things like that, and we can start playing some, you know, turn 6, you know, turn 7 stuff. I know everything's getting like really fast with all the you know, the mono white decks and stuff like that, but I don't actually think so. I think with the number of people that are going to be sweeping the board and trying to, you know, thwart the plans of did I say that right? Yeah, whatever. Trying to, you know, stop the plans of the mono white decks are going to slow the meta down a lot, and I think we're going to get to play with some really cool stuff. And the flux in the meta is large enough that we can pretty much just kind of like ram any kind of good jank right up through the middle of the meta, and might have some really fun doing it, or might have a lot of fun doing it. So I'm thinking of cards like you know, 1,000 Year Storm. Like, I'm really wanting to play with some of those type of things. So I guess I kind of got away from that question a little bit, but whatever. All from dead weight. Yeah, I think a lot more jank cards are going to get more play. So Ritual ain't half bad. Yeah, Ritual is great. Just Golden Demise is not bad either. So thoughts on your last comment? You really wanted to see Dimir Sweeper. That was blue, blue, black, black 2. Destroy all creatures. Draw a card for each non-token creature destroyed that way. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That would actually benefit you for having a deck that just slammed a bunch of creatures out there and then you sweep that. That would be broken. 6 mana, fine, we're going to reset, but I'm going to have 7 cards in hand. No, man, that's overpowered as hell. Even for 6 mana, I don't care. Crawl time tried to join the stream as fast as you could. Hey, Sideboard. Where else do I take deck submissions other than Reddit? And did I see Corey Burkhart's Grixis list 2 days ago on MTG site? I did not see Corey Burkhart's, but I am sure that my friend who plays a lot of Grixis will be messaging me about that Grixis list. I'm waiting on my text, James, whenever you're ready. Anyway, so like I'll probably have to look at that list and discuss it to some length. But yeah, I have not looked at it. You just got some 1,000 Year Storms yesterday. You want to unmoored ego it? That's horrible. That's mean. Built Saffron Olive's 1,000 Year Storm deck. It's so cool. I have yet to play it. I've got one that I've toyed around with a little bit, but I did not get a chance to play it. Excited to see Dev's budget mono white list and see how it does without History of Naya. Well, History of Naya was a clutch card this weekend. It seems that entire strategy of mono white only really does these power swings on its history turn, on the turn 3 chapter of history. So I'm going to say that the mono white lists are actually going to be really weak without history. I mean, it seems like in the aggressive matchups where, you know, they're head to head with another mono white deck or something, they're really only doing things during that turn 3 of history. So I don't know. It may do good, it may not do good. We may not run into any mirror matches and it just won't be a problem. Got you wanting to brew 1,000 Year Storm with Quadzi Duplicate on Demanding Dragon. I love it. I love it. Well, I am going to brew a 1,000 Year Storm deck, and that idea may be in my sideboard somewhere. Oh my goodness. That seems like it would be a lot of fun. Isn't that the one I suggested 6 mana to? Maybe. I don't know what you're talking about. Not enough. Not enough information. Does not transmute. All right. Let's see what we've got here. We got a wizard's link. All right, hold on. We're gonna pull this up. Corey said some stuff. He talked about this a lot. And then, hey look, that's the Pro Tour champion. He got in on tiebreakers. Got in on tiebreakers. Alright, so let's check out this list. Nicol Bolas, Doom Whisperer. So does that mean the... I don't like it, Corey. I don't like it. One Lava Coil, don't like it. Thought Erasure. Golden Demise seems good, though. Ritual of Soot seems good. Fungal Infection seems amazing. Okay, so Fungal Infection's in, like, the greatest spot ever. Wait a minute, he's got mainboard Fiery Cannonades. Well, he was definitely ready for these aggressive decks then. So, yeah, I mean, that part's cool. Moment of Craving and Fungal Infection. Fungal Infection, wonderful. Oh my goodness. If you're just trying to buy time till you can get to a Ritual of Soot or something, Fungal Infection will buy you a ton of time. So, what's up with all these one-ofs? Run 2 Cannonade main board. Well, he's got 1 Cannonade main board. Can you guys see that? Can we zoom that in? You guys see that there? Whoa. There we go. Maybe you guys can see the list now. Search for Escanta. I'm just not a fan of Disinformation Campaign. Like, the card's good. It's really good, but man, I'm just not a fan. I don't know. You don't have any real control. I mean, it's draw a card, and you can like get it back when you start casting Discovery Dispersal later or something like that, and you counter something with Sinister Sabotage on turn 6, and you play your Disinformation Campaign, counter that turn, get it back. I don't know. Okay. But I don't like Disinformation Campaign. I think that I really like Thief of Sanity and the sideboard of my Grixis decks. Like, I'm just kind of like set on that. I've had a lot of luck with that when I was playing Grixis. So I don't know. This is Corey. I mean, he's a pro level player, and I'm sure that he's talked with, you know, a ton of his friends, and he's probably has perfectly good explanations for everything in this deck. But I'm still just a fan of, you know, when they find out you're a control deck, they take out a lot of their kill spells and things of that nature. You bring in Thief of Sanity, you start pulling cards from their deck, and it works. It works. Anyway, pretty cool article. I liked it. I liked it. I can dig it. What else we got? You love Disinformation Campaign. All right, well, not enough surveil there to make it worthwhile. I don't know. I don't like it, but you know, no two Magic players are just gonna 100% just agree on any list. So, old school control builder, smatter everything and hold it as long as possible. These strats won't necessarily stick. That's not good enough. You don't like it? No Dream Eater and better ratios of copies. Needs Dream Eater and better ratios of copies. In the past, Grixis has traditionally won with a bunch of selection cards and, you know, a bunch of silver bullets, 1-ofs and stuff. Cards that work kind of well in this matchup, but really well in another matchup, and then kind of not at all in another matchup. But, you know, like you notice that instead of having Fiery Cannonade, he's actually got a 1-of Fiery Cannonade and a 1-of Ritual of Soot. And, you know, that's kind of the same as having either 2 Ritual of Soot or 2 Fiery Cannonade. In some situations, you're going to want that instant speed. It's going to be better. You're playing against, you know, cards like, you know, March of the Multitudes, and that instant speed is just undeniably good. But against the, you know, mono white aggro deck, it's kind of good. It's all right. It's all right. right? You know, you're not going to get a Benelish Marshal if Benelish Marshal's already been on the battlefield. You're not going to get most of the knights from Knights of Naya. But then again, you know, Ritual of Soot is kind of it's going to get it's going to get all of the history tokens. It's going to get Benelish Marshal. It's going to get all of that. So a Johnny's Pride Mate, you know, everything. So either way, you know, some. I think it's running two ofs, only you don't see them as two ofs because they're not two of the exact same card. I think Grixis plays more of, you have this slot for this deck, you have this slot for this deck, and this slot of cards for this deck. And depending on what you fill in those slots, that's how you build your Grixis deck. And Grixis has kind of always played like that, and I always try to keep that in mind when I'm building Grixis. This deck is a deck of answers, and I have to have so many of each of type of my answers dedicated to a certain deck that I think I'm going to be playing against. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Grixis list. Not sure at all. Saffron Olive posted a Sultai Thief deck that ended up becoming a better Merfolk deck than the Merfolk player. Okay, whatever. The Boros Beats real. Is Boros Beats real in the meta? It is now. It's 100% going to be played this week. And I think that the deck is good enough that it's going to stick around. I do not think that we'll just push it out. I think that next week you probably won't see near as much because of the heartache that it's going to have this week. I mean, most of the Pro Tour decks just didn't have a lot of really good board sweepers and things like that in the sideboard. I mean, and the mono white decks just took advantage of that, and they really just beat people to death. And that was it. I mean, they just beat their way into the top 8 and then the top 4, and then, you know, Boros aggro decks were the entire top 4. In some form or fashion. Like, some of them had more red cards, some of them didn't have many red cards at all, and, you know, things like that. But all in all, there were a bunch of white weenie decks in Boros white weenie, and I think that's probably what I'm going to keep calling them, just Boros white weenie decks. So they were they just took advantage of a gap in the meta, like where just everyone wasn't playing certain cards, and they just took advantage. Where is Chain Whirler when you need him? Right? Chain Whirler would do some work. Time to homebrew a worse version of it than you guess. Okay, so if you are going to homebrew, I think we should take a lot of lessons from LSV, who, honestly, I think if he didn't mulligan to 4 in the finals, in Game 5 of the finals, he probably would have won if he would have been able to keep 6 cards or so, to apply a little bit of pressure. His deck gave him some really good stuff off the top. It just wasn't enough. On a mulligan to 4, but LSV's deck was actually placed really well to beat those decks, and it beat most of the rest of the meta. He prioritized on life gain and a Johnny's Pride Mate, and the rest of the deck was just mono white, but it actually had a Johnny's Pride Mate and Healer Hulk in it, and the deck was pretty sweet. But I'll talk about that in my meta coverage and stuff like that. How his deck was a little bit larger. How the plan was to go slightly bigger than the other decks. But as far as that went, Venerated Loxodon did the exact same thing, and man, it was a monster. Venerated Loxodon putting so much power onto the battlefield. I mean, one turn I watched Venerated Loxodon put 9 power onto the battlefield, just bam. And this was like a turn 3. Like, dude went turn 1, 1 drop, turn 2, 1 drop and an Adanto first fort, turn 3, 1 drop, 2 drop, tap them all, and play a Venerated Loxodon. It was just, oh my goodness, it was crazy. Free 5 mana spells. It puts 9 power on the battlefield for 0 mana. You take a turn off, but 9 power onto the battlefield. Jesus goodness Christ. Oh, man. Yes, Pride Mate was absolutely crushing it. Your Soul Sister's playing heart is happy. Yeah, you are a Soul Sisters fan. KP Bolus, he's a big Soul Sisters fan too, I think. KP Polus, KPS, I don't know. Pancake Knuckle Squad, Knuckle Pancake Squad, something like, I don't know. When you play any white, you prefer to go wide over powerful. Well, we did see some of the decks actually played cards like Goblin Instigator, just to allow them to go wide to take more advantage of their heroic. Since we're kind of talking about that, I'll pull that deck up in the background. Heroic reinforcements turns, where, you know, they ran Goblin Instigator as a 2-drop that was 2 bodies, so they could put even more power out on their heroic reinforcements turn, also getting even more power from the Benelish Marshal. The wider you are, the more power you're actually getting from cards like Benelish Marshal and heroic reinforcement. So I can see you know, exactly why someone would want to run something like Goblin Instigator and stuff. So if you do like to go wide, then consider that. You know. Likely a different video. Stream's running late as is. Yeah, LSB used it. Placed second with it. LSB had Goblin Instigator in his. Huh. You're surprised that Selesnya Angel's deck did well at the last GP. Didn't show up at the Pro Tour. White can go wide and a little tall too. Why isn't Boros playing Path of Metal? You don't want to pay 4 life to your Adanto. Path of Metal would kill your Legion's Landing tokens. It kills your Dauntless Bodyguards. So it kills your Healer Hawks. Like, I just don't think you want it. Maybe in the sideboard it wouldn't be that bad. A lot of them are playing Sky Marcher as Aspirant. It kills that. So it like kills everything in your deck. It might be a good card to play right now. If you're running like a mid-range Boros deck, one that were a little bit larger, then maybe it would be awesome, but I don't think you're ever going to flip it. I mean, you get some Vigilance dudes if you're running, if you've got History of Benalia version of the deck, but, you know. Because it's a bad card? Oh, man, it's mean. It's mean. It would wipe the Boros deck out. Like, so think about that. It does actually wipe the Boros deck out. So there are plenty of cards it works for. You meant why isn't there a Boros deck around it? I don't know. Toy around with that. You could probably build a really nice budget Boros deck. There's a 3/3 for 2 Boros Dinosaur that is absolutely savage in Path to Metal decks. It really is. He's savage. He's savage. I would probably run that deck like mainly red with a few Boros lands, no more than 3 like non-red sources, and run Goblin Chain Whirler in that deck. I think you'd probably have a really mean deck. Just running with like heroic reinforcements, and I think right now that Legion's Landing is a wonderful card, and I think it's a good spot to be, allowing you to like flip it on turn 3 and ramping into like an Aurelia and stuff like that. So like Legion's Landing, I think we're going to see more Legion's Landing being played in decks. I think we're going to continue to see 4 copies of Adanto. Like all of the decks that top forward, they all had the Adanto, like Benelish Marshal. Like these are all things that are just they're here. Have answers for these cards. It got banned because it was too much gas. What are we talking about? Raminot Ruins is a bad card. Card I would have loved to have seen right now would have been the Ferocidon, but Ferocidon would have just like, oh, it would have been so bad. It would have been so bad with Ferocidon in the meta right now. The one way that people are beating the red decks, and if you notice there wasn't a lot of red deck, one way people are beating red decks is incremental life gain, and you know, whether you're doing it in the Golgari decks with the Explorer triggers on your Wild Growth Walker, or you're doing it, you know, with you know, a couple, like, does this even have life gain? This may not have life gain. You're doing this with token life gain tokens. The other ones normally run the other Hawk that has life link. Swing Falcon is really good, and if you thought you were coming up against a bunch of red decks or something like that, I would probably rather run with a Swing Falcon, but the Killer Hawk seems better to me. Hawk in standard. I don't think we can afford to unban. I don't think we can afford to unban Frostodon. I think Frostodon would be very oppressive now. But, yeah, this deck, yeah, the Flying Lifelink 1/1 Healer's Hawk. Pretty sweet. Ever miss Mazes in? Haha. What is, win condition cards outright? Like, you win the game. Just Etrata. We've got Rebel and Riches. We've got a couple things like that. I mean, there's a couple. Yeah. Swiftblade, the Raptor, Sky Terror. Yeah, all of those go. You're right. All of those do go well with Path. Swiftblade would work wonderful with Path. Cards like Tajik would work good with Path. I mean, Tajik stops all combat damage to the rest of your creatures, period. So you can run Tajik and then play Path the turn after Tajik, and like, it doesn't matter if they got keywords or not, they're not taking damage. So that's not bad. Like, Path and Tajik sounds like a little combo to me. I don't know. Path would probably gather some votes. Yeah. There you go. Build a Path deck, post it over on the subreddit, and we'll go from there. As far as the question earlier, someone asked me, like, do I take decks from places other than the subreddit? No. That's where our community goes to post their decks, and that's what I've got, you know. Tajik and Heroic Reinforcements, possibly. Like, I think Tajik may be really good. Tajik may be a card that some of the Boros decks adopt over the next week or so, if people are going to be bringing in cards like, you know, Deafening Clarion and things like that, because Tajik is really good against Deafening Clarion decks. So you probably have to play them in reverse order, but that's not a bad idea. Well, I mean, when do you want to really put your Path to Metal down? Like, you want to play your Path to Metal on, like, turn 4 or 5 and, like, clear some of their board out and then, like, get in. Well, Tajik, he would stop everything. So, I mean, you, like, play him on, like, 3 or 4 and play Path to Metal on 5. Or play him on 5, then follow up with Path to Metal. So, but I think you want Tajik down before you play Path to Metal. Heroic Reinforcements, yeah, that would be really good. Like, Tajik gets a plus, he swings, he gets everything else. Like, he can mentor something else now. Sphinx's Rev will come back with Azorius Guild. No, I don't think they'll reprint Sphinx's Rev. They might reprint Dreadbore or Terminate. Like, I really expect Terminate. I expect something that kind of power out of Rakdos. I mean, we did get, like, the most powerful green-black spell in a long time, so but I don't think Sphinx's Rev will come back. Maybe something else like Sphinx's Rev, but I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think Sphinx's Rev. Yeah, they do have Azor, Sphinx's Rev on an actual Sphinx. Yeah, they definitely do. So you think it's that doable when you have it on an actual Sphinx? I think it's a lot different when it's an instant speed spell. Dreadbore reprint would be amazing, right? Yeah. Well, that or Terminate. I'll take either one. And then for Orzhov, give me like a Vindicate. Come on, let's power this up. My goodness. I've got little cars in my pocket. Yeah. Lincoln loves Hot Wheels. Well, according to what you've heard so far, we're definitely getting another Dovin Bond card. Oh man, I don't like Dovin Bond. I mean, he was okay. A black-white whisper. Whipper? Black-white whipper? What? Tybalt has control of Rakdos. New red-black Tybalt that is the new worst planeswalker. I bet they blow him out of the water. I bet I bet they go, let's make this card and purposely want to ban it. And then we'll just wait 3 weeks and ban it. Tybalt was the strongest planeswalker who had ever lived. And he got banned in 3 weeks. Nah, I don't know if they'll do that, but it'd be funny, right? Let's just make Tybalt like the strongest thing ever, but nobody can play him because he's banned. I don't know. You type Whipper. You typed a black-white Whipper. With Vindicator. Alright. Terrible at spelling. Whisper? Obsidat. What set was Obsidat at? Is Obsidat the Ghost Council? Is that on Ravnica? I know I'm having a lore fail here, guys. Help me out. Naya Malik seems to be in a good spot right now. Why? Naya Malice is not necessarily in a great spot right now. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people playing white cards, but it doesn't necessarily make him in a great spot. I think any first striker's in a really good spot right now, though. You'll notice that, like, out of all those mono white decks, like, most of them were not leaning heavy on the 2-mana, like, Knight of Grace. He just didn't show up. Yeah, they can't do anything about him with, like, a Baffling Hand or something, but I don't think that you got to worry about that. I think that we're going to see a huge rise in Fiery Cannonade, and they're going to be used often, along with Lava Coil. I think Lava Coil is probably one of the best pieces of removal in the meta right now. Lava Coil is awesome. Obsidat was Gatewatch or Gate Crash, so that was the last time we were in Ravnica, right? Gate Crash. Return to Ravnica. Gate. What was it? Dragon's Maze, Gate Crash? I can't remember, but I think Obsidat is. Yeah, it's the primary leader of Orzhov. Okay, thanks. There we go. Yeah, Lava Coil is a huge MVP. I don't know. I think that's kind of where we're heading, and I think that we've kind of got another really good deck thrown into the mix, and you know, every couple weeks for the next month or so. As the tier meta fluctuates, you're gonna see the big decks fluctuate. We're gonna play against control for a little while, and then the aggressive decks are gonna run over the control decks, and then we're gonna play against mid-range decks that crush the little aggressive decks or something like that. The control decks will adapt, and then they will be running cards that just don't do well against the mid-range decks or something like that. And as things fluctuate, new decks will pop up, and other decks will get pushed down, and we'll just kind of keep rotating. I still think that Golgari is your best deck. If you stay on the green-black Golgari list, if you learn the deck, you're willing to tweak the deck as things change going here forward, I think you're going to be all right. I think you're going to win more than you lose, and overall you'll build a good value at your local gaming store, store credit and stuff, and be ready for that next set. So I still think Golgari is the best deck in the format. So that's about all I've got tonight, guys. Absolutely, if you build it, they will downvote it. Maybe we'll take the one with the most downvotes one day. All right. 1 mana, red-black hybrid mana, sacrifice a creature, discard a card at random, -2, deal 2 damage to yourself, gain 2 life, -6, discard your hand. and draw a card starts at 2 loyalty. What? One. Oh my god. Yeah, whatever. 1 mana Tibble. Yeah. Yeah, just all horrible things. -2, deal 2 damage to yourself, but gain 2 life. Tybalt has a problem knowing, understanding how magic works. Okay, the fire goes this way. Oh no. Alright. Nah, you're gonna keep plugging at Dimir until the next set comes out. Unleashes Grixis again. I don't think that that's a bad idea. I think that there's a ton of tier 1.5 decks. I've got the Dimir list as Grixis, as Jeskai, but I definitely covered those in my last meta coverage as just the Dimir list. So just pure Dimir, it's a really good deck right now. And if I already had all the cards for it, I don't think I'd come off of it. Give us a meme we deserve, Whatsy. Give us the meme we deserve. I want him to be so broken, he has to be banned. That's what I want out of Tibble. I could deal with 3 weeks of people just playing this, like, broken-ass card. Not everyone would play him, but, you know. They just have to know that they're going to ban him. Like, next set is January 25th. How long before we get spoilers? A week or two? I would say you'll probably start getting spoilers the last month. Towards the end of December, you'll start seeing spoilers and stuff like that. Maybe a couple right before Christmas, but this next month is going to be our really, like, we get to go have some fun month. You know, the meta after the Pro Tour normally has settled down. I mean, you get a couple new decks come to the Pro Tour, and then it's just like, okay, we know these decks, and now there's a bunch of fun things to go play with, and we get to go play with those. So this is a good part of Standard right here. He's so terrible. Wizards bans him. 1 mana, Tibalt 4 abilities, and they're all the best abilities from Rakdos Walkers of the past. Right. Why not? Did 18 months of broken ass cards squashing Standard non-stop? Right? We can do 3 months of a Tibalt meme, or 3 weeks of a Tibalt meme. What gets me though is they'll probably have a banned and restricted announcement sometime early January. They normally have a banned and restricted announcement sometime around early January, and I would say right now that our meta is probably healthy enough that we ain't going to see anything come out of Standard. I don't think anything is going to get banned, which is good. I mean, that's good. That is really good. I mean, we may start to see, you know, certain decks are just absolutely, like, monstrous, but I don't think any deck is just too good right now. I mean, we've got a really, really good Standard, and I'm kind of happy to be playing in it right now. There are literally 2 Rakdos Walkers in existence, Duretti and Angrath. Sarkin the Mad? Come on, dude. Come on. 3 if you count the Planeswalker deck, Angrath. Showing your age there, Madness. Showing your age. You bet you see no changes across all formats. Oh yeah, that steaming pile of booty. That pile of booty was awesome. What are you talking about? No way to make his loyalty go higher. Come on. Just posted your Path deck. Awesome. Go vote for Kenneth's Path of Metal deck. How could Madness miss the Mad? Right? Oh man, Madness failed. Anyway, guys, gals, everyone, thanks for watching tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. If you want to help support the stream, there's a lot of ways you can do it. If you want to play any of the decks that we played tonight, you can find the links in the description box below. You can use manatraders as a rental service to be able to rent and play with these. If you do sign up, use the coupon code SideboardMTG as your promo code, and save yourself 15% on your first 3 months. Again, if you want to help support the channel, you can do that either by signing up for Patreon or joining us right here on YouTube Gaming. That's all I've got for tonight, guys, gals. I hope everyone has a good time. We'll see you tomorrow with some mono white. Should be a lot of fun. See you guys.